So Tyson Fury and Frank Warren have just thrown a spanner in the works. They've just announced that Fury has signed an exclusive US broadcast deal with ESPN and will now be co-promoted by Frank Warren and Bob Arum. Now, why do I say this is a spanner in the works? Well, Deontay Wilder doesn't have an exclusive broadcast deal in the United States, but he is advised by Al Heyman. And most of you will know that Al Heyman and Bob Arum are bitter rivals. So this potentially could put the Deontay Wilder-Tyson Fury rematch in serious jeopardy. And in fact, the way that Tyson Fury and Frank Warren was speaking at this press conference, it sounded as though they're more than willing to ditch the Deontay Wilder fight, to scrap it completely and go in a different direction. That's the impression I got from what they were saying. Now, maybe they're bluffing, maybe they're trying to force Wilder's hand, or maybe they're very serious. Frank Warren in the press conference said that he would keep Tyson Fury active. Fury says 3 times a year. Well, they're going to have to get a move on. They named May as the month that Tyson Fury is supposed to be out again this year. So will that be against Deontay Wilder? The way it's looking right now, I don't know, but I can understand why people are saying it looks unlikely now. So this, according to Frank Warren, was an industry secret. He said that Wilder's team did not know about this until now. I'll be very interested to hear their reaction to this news. Will Al Heyman be willing to allow Deontay Wilder to fight on his rival's network, ESPN, Bob Arum? Will he be willing to do that? Will this fight go to purse bids? The person who loses the purse bid, will they then go and fight on the opposite network? Let's say Al Heyman loses. Is he going to let Wilder go and fight on ESPN? What if Fury's side loses the purse bid? Will they let Fury go and fight on Showtime again? These are the questions we have to ask, but my overall feeling is that the situation has got a lot more complicated now and a lot more political. And this is contrary to what Tyson Fury said in this press conference, because he said, as far as he's concerned, the Deontay Wilder fight has never been easier to make than it is right now, because he's got the big boys behind him, as he said. He also says the Anthony Joshua fight, he'd like that to be made. But given the complications now with these broadcasts, you see, that's the one thing with the Deontay Wilder fight is previous to now, Tyson Fury didn't have a broadcast deal in the United States. So he could effectively fight on any network. But now he's got this exclusive broadcast deal. And remember, they specifically used the term exclusive broadcast deal. It complicates things, potentially. I mean, perhaps ESPN will be reasonable. Perhaps if they lose a purse bid, they'll be happy for Tyson Fury as a one-off to go and fight on a different network as long as they're financially compensated. Networks do this from time to time. They will release their fighters for one-off fights, let them go fight elsewhere and then come back. But it remains to be seen whether they'll be willing to do it in this instance. And of course, it remains to be seen whether Al Heyman, Deontay Wilder's official quote-unquote advisor, would be willing to allow him to go and fight on ESPN when Al Heyman has got such a long-running relationship with Showtime and, of course, now Fox. Steven Espinoza must be growing new gray hairs by the second because, of course, they had hoped to get this Wilder-Fury rematch over the line. What's going to happen here, people? Are we going to see a new Cold War in boxing emerging in the heavyweight division? It would be very sad if we did. Will this now push Deontay Wilder back in the direction of Anthony Joshua? Is that what this is going to do? Of course, Deontay Wilder will not want to fight Anthony Joshua on DAZN. Al Heyman will definitely not want that either. But perhaps some kind of, I don't know, co-broadcast deal could be figured out for that fight, particularly if it took place in the UK. Because, if it's in the UK, it will be, a delayed broadcast to the United States. The networks may not be as desperate to gain exclusive rights over the fight if it's going to be shown at a weird time in the United States, like in the afternoon or whatever the case may be. Then again, it'll be a Saturday, so maybe it'll do great numbers still. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Definitely a spanner in the works. It's not the most shocking thing I've ever heard, but, it's a little bit of a surprise. People are also criticizing Tyson Fury and Frank Warren particularly for claiming that these fights are so easy to make because they'd used that as a way to criticize Anthony Joshua previously, as we all know, for not taking the Deontay Wilder fight or not doing a deal for the Deontay Wilder fight, not getting that business done and dusted. But here we are, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, their negotiations for the rematch are protracted. They're drawn out. They can't seem to come to an easy, convenient deal. So what's the problem then? Because according to Frank Warren and Tyson Fury, they said that the only reason fights don't happen is because somebody don't want to fight. If two fighters want it, then deals get done with relative ease. So why hasn't this deal got done with relative ease? Which fighter don't want it, Frank? Is it Deontay Wilder who don't want it? Or is it Tyson Fury who don't want it? Has Tyson Fury used the Deontay Wilder fight to raise his profile sufficiently to the point where he no longer needs to fight Deontay Wilder? He can build up his own market value without Wilder now. He's got ESPN. He's got BT Sport, these huge platforms that are willing to push him on both sides of the pond. Maybe he feels like, you know what? I don't need Wilder. I can do great numbers, great viewing figures, and make huge purses without this guy. Let me do my own thing. Maybe he's going to do what people have accused Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn of doing and start milking the public with the lineal title. Maybe he's going to go on a tour with the lineal title, fighting top 10 ranked opponents, but not a Deontay Wilder or an Anthony Joshua. Is that what's going to happen here? Who knows? Only time will tell. Drop your comments in the comment section below and let me know how you feel about this. It's happening. I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.